Start a little late, especially on Friday mornings, because it takes a little bit to get that coffee running. Why are you up this early, Brian?
I'm usually up this early, but it's usually up from the night before, which is the case now too.
Okay,
Um, but I'm
just
usually
haven't gone to
getting
bed
ready
yet.
stuff for yeah. I'm usually either getting stuff ready for my stream on Friday morning, or I'm working on something. In this case, I'm working on a comic book thing,
Okay,
Moon Shadow stuff.
yeah, I hear you. Russ, you weren't here with us last week, were you?
Friday I was, I think.
Right when we
I
were
don't know.
reading "Crime Does Not Pay" number 65.
Yeah. We had a
Okay,
riot.
yeah, Rosama was here too.
Rosamer, yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to set his alarm for this morning. I
Yeah,
will
right,
admit
yeah.
he sleeps like a bear though. When he sleeps, he's
Yeah.
it's exactly right. shared a shared a hotel room at a convention with him once.
He's a snorer.
He's a bear, but he's a lovely bear. So
Yes,
here we
we
go.
love Rosamer.
Yes, we're gonna start the show here. Let's get that opening running. Here we go. Hang on, folks.
You bunch of losers!
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with feeling.
You like movies about gladiators?
No matter where you go, there you are.
That's right.
Total,
Comics by night, folks. Come on in.
total concentration.
Total concentration. I'm seeing now I have to redo that opening because that total concentration not only shrinks in size for the opening, but the sound is off too. So. Marvy in the house already this morning. Good morning. Crime Does Not Pay has been one of my favorite comics in this show. Have a great weekend. I'll watch you later on the replay. Thanks for being here, Marvy. Even if it was long enough to drop a note, we'll see you later. Hope you enjoy the show. I am your host, folks. Welcome to Comics by Night. I am your host, Randy Zimmerman. I've been doing comics since the mid-'80s, so go figure that one out. My current gig is The Atlantean, which I'm really proud of. I write it. Russ draws it. Great sword and sorcery adventures, Cull and Brule as they travel the land looking for shape-shifting lizard demons and other evil to rectify. Our fourth volume has only, 21 hours left to go in the campaign. Yeah. So jump in on it now, folks, over at fundmycomic.com. Fundmycomic.com. You just go over there. It's right there on the front page, Atlantean 4. Take a look at the campaign and hope you get to participate. We're really proud of what we're doing here, and we hope we get to share it with you. So other than that, I've been doing alternative and independent comics for decades. You can find my work probably in most of the dollar bins and the comic shops if you're lucky enough. But also over at Amazon, just put my name in. You might see War of the Worlds Infestation or any of the different Atlanteans or Shadow Kingdoms that we have available over there, and a lot of different formats too. We're actually out in digest form. Look at that puppy.
Lovely.
I love it.
Open it up.
Look at that. It's everything you get in the hardback.
Look at that. It's still legible color as well. It's great.
Yeah, it is. I checked it out. I could even read it, which is great, especially considering my eyes. And in the back of the book is the prose story as well for you to compare. We're so proud of that adaptation. We tried to stay just right on faithful with the story and Russ's art. On top of that, Russ's colors, making it look like a great Silver Age comic. Solid color. Look at that. Just fantastic stuff, folks. So go over there. You can look for it on Amazon. Last time I looked on Amazon, they were waiting to get restocked on it, on the digest at least. But the hardback's available. There's a beautiful black and white version of Shadow Kingdom available in the same format as the Atlantean if you want to collect all of those. If you go over to the campaign now, and like I said, there's only like 21 hours left in that campaign, you can get this great omnibus book too. It's the last time we'll be offering it in a campaign that's got Shadow Kingdom and the first two Atlanteans in it with a phenomenal cover. Just one of my favorite covers of all time. Not because I did anything in it either. It's just a phenomenal cover. I didn't do anything on it. I just love it. Love that cover. Anyway, appreciate you being here. That's all the promotion I'm giving myself. Also joining me this morning is Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, please introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name's Russ Leach. I am the comic book artist on the Atlantean, hailing out the UK. If you want to find out more about the Atlantean, go to russleach.com, sign up for the email list there, and we can let you know when any type of version is out, whether it's the crowdfunder, whether it's out digitally, whether it's out on Amazon. So just go to russleach.com, sign up for the email list. If you want your copy now, like Randy says, we've only got 24 hours or 21 hours left of the current campaign. The books are unique. They're first printing. If you go via the crowdfunder, they're slightly different when they go out to Amazon and Barnes and Noble. So if you want that, go to fundmycomic.com/theatlantean4 and pick up a copy now. I'm doing some greys. I've got some, the edits are coming in from Aaron. So it'll be going off to print at the end of next week, at the latest, the Monday the following. So it'll be coming around into your post boxes within a month or so. So it's immediate. It goes straight out. And then it goes off to Amazon in about 2 months' time. But so if you're impatient, you want it now, and you'd like to back us, go to fundmycomic.com/theatlantean4. Otherwise, go to russleach.com, sign up for that email address.
And this issue in particular is really fun because it's got, it's almost like 3 separate stories, but really it's only 2. So make sure you check it out. So, and it's got a great backup feature with Lethal in it that we introduced in volume 3, but you don't need to have volume 3 in order to enjoy 4. So feel free to pick that up individually or in a group, catch up tiers, fundmycomic.com, folks. Also joining us this morning, Brian Germain. Brian, please introduce yourself. Are you on? How's your
mic's off? Mic.
Your mic seems to be off.
Yeah,
So
my mic was muted. All right, so yeah, I run a small little studio called Dark Elf Designs that I mess with once in a while. Right now, I've been kind of focused on Action Surge 5e, where I'm doing D&D live play streams over on Twitch.
All right. Let's get us over to, there we go. Share that. Crime does not pay, folks. 66. Seeing that all right? Yep. Let me wipe us out here.
Yeah.
We are looking at this from the comicbookplus.com website. And if you haven't been over there, they have a collection of comics, old radio programs, pulp magazines, anything that's in public domain that they can put on display. They have done it. That's genre media related. All sorts of great reading over there. It's broken down by company. And this is under Lev Gleason Publications, which is a company that was out in the 50s that was pretty much shut down by the Comic Code Authority, especially because they were doing books like this with more than 6 million readers monthly.
Fancy that, eh? 6 million.
6 million readers monthly.
That's
and
crazy.
If that's an exaggeration, that's a slight exaggeration, because they were that well read back then. This cover done obviously by the great Charles Burrow. Wonder how we can tell that. A little bit of graffiti on the bar. Not afraid to sign his work, this guy. We brought your old friend Kirby here to show you what happens to speaky owners who don't buy their beer from the right people. We Jennas won't come back. We're going after him. We're going after him, so you don't got nothing to worry about. Okay? Now, how many barrels would I should I put you down for? Says, sure, I'm scared, but how scared can a guy get? What'll I say to the Jennas when they come back for an order? Yeah, they're competition. Says, don't waste much time on him. We got other calls to make. There's a body in the chest there. They're taken out. Great true crime comic, folks. The original and best. Dedicated to the eradication of crime. It's magazine with the widest range of appeal, too. Here we go.
All true crime stories.
All true. Buy your pens there. Fountain pen, mechanical pen. That's a lousy scan there. They do their best on here. This is what's the copyright on this? 1948.
Wow.
Gleason Publications. Sorry about that. Let's do previous. Mr. Crime. The Savage Jenna Brothers, bootleggers. Let's see who did this. Is this George? George Tuska. Artwork here. If you're familiar with Silver Age Marvel, George Tuska drew quite a lot of Marvel, a little bit of DC for a bit. And a hell of an artist, as you'll see here. Did Hulk for many years. Definitely didn't draw like this, though. Had a whole different style. When
There's a whole wiki on the Jenna crime family.
Cool. Well, this is a true crime comic, so
right. Yeah, I was like, I had to look.
And here in the corner, they have, in consideration of innocent people involved and relatives of others, the names of some characters depicted in this true magazine are fictitious.
That's nice of them, isn't it?
Of all the killers who infested Chicago, the most ferocious were the Jenna brothers, a trio of savages who thought as little of taking human life as of squashing a bug underfoot. Their bloody careers typify the unmitigated barbarism of the gangster who preaches that any means, however treacherous and despotic, is justifiable if it fattens his pockets. How the Jenna brothers slaughtered their way to the top of the sewage heap, and what happened to them once they achieved this eminence is a terrifying story of cruelty. A lot of verbiage on these pages, and it looks like somebody was having a rough time and had to tape down a few balloons or something.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it might be on the other page. I don't know. There's a cut mark.
I think it's probably the original book has been cut. Yeah.
There's a cut mark right there. Probably this might have been taken from a separate book. And then, look, because there's a cut line right there and taped together.
Yeah, they've just taped it together because it was obviously in a bad state.
Oh, and look, here on the spine, you can tell the cover's been ripped off. This is a different book. This is a different version of that book. Because back then, they used to take returns from the newsstand.
Fancy that, eh?
And the way that they would do that is you had to cut the top third of the cover off. The newsstand person had to do that because they didn't want the whole comic back. They just wanted proof that the comic was destroyed and give you credit for the returns. So what they would do is they would cut the first third off of the top of the comic, off of the cover, and send the main logo back. That's why a lot of these comics were already prepped. Whoop, not that one.
I got a bunch of free comics from Myers one time by doing that.
Yeah. Well, they used to.
The people that did that.
What used to happen to the comics, instead of destroying them, a lot of the guys would rip the cover off and they would splice it right there at the third. That's why you see all these old Archie comics are like this with the solid color back behind it. They did that on purpose because of the spiral rack, so that you'd be able to read the title from a distance. That's why this crime is in really big letters. Does not pay. You'd be able to see it from the spiral rack. And if you look, let me get back here to me.
Your spinner rack there, yep.
If you look at that spinner rack, you can see that crime does not pay sitting up there. So they used to cut it right there. That's how much you used to be able to see on them racks. So it had to be shown, and you had to be able to see it plain out from a distance in order to be sold. So in order to be returned, they just asked for the title logo back, and then they used to take them and put them in. And this is that comic with the logo ripped off of it. Look at that. That's why this is short here. They've already cut this off, as well as the ad there. That's why it didn't have a headline. That makes sense now. You go over here and you see that there's these cut lines there. That's they patch this up in order to resell it or to give it to a kid. So they used to give away the coverless comics or put them in packs and sell them for like $5 for a quarter or whatever. Ended up being like $5 for $1 when I was a kid.
Yeah,
or
somebody had just asked me. I was gonna say somebody had just asked me, like they were at, I believe it was at a Meyer. It was quite a while back, but they basically were like, "Yeah, you want them?" And I was like, "Heck yeah!" I just want to read them.
Exactly. That's what the majority of the kids did too. Plus, they used to use the leftover comics that were recycled as ballast in the ships, especially during the 40s and 50s, just spare paper, whatever scrap paper they could find. And a lot of those ships ended up going all over the place. And then the ballast emptied. That's how a lot of the English got to see American comics back then. Was shipped over in the ballast of ships. They were all in like little heaps or piles, scraps, bundles. There's a sight you won't often see, even in Chicago, the city of gangsters, in those roaring 20s. These are the Jenna brothers. They make the killers of the Renaissance look like sissies. Life meant nothing to them. Murder was just another means to an end. And that was to bring all of Chicago to its knees, pleading as the housewife is pleading for the life of her family. How much good will it do her? Ha ha ha. Mr. Crime. So Machiavelli used to flush an outlaw out of hiding by slaughtering his family. It worked in, 1520? So why not now in 1920? Who's going to get it next? Let her son Johnny get it next. Rosie, you better say where your double crossing husband went to. Please don't, Angelo. I swear I don't know where he is. He just didn't come home last night. Shoot me if you want, but don't kill Johnny, please. She'll talk when the brat gets it. Come here, Johnny boy. Mr. Crime used to narrate these stories for quite a while. On October 25th, 1919, the Volstead Act was passed by Congress. It prohibited the manufacture and sale or transportation of intoxicating liquors for beverage purposes within territories subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. That's what started the Chicago fireworks. It prohibited the merchandising. Look at this. They had to continue this to the next line. Such a long word. It prohibited the merchandising of any beverage which contained more than 0.5% of alcohol by volume. It prohibited drinking, yes, but what it didn't prohibit was the incentive it gave the criminal mind that hope for lucre, what rewards for viciousness. There were more than liquor in the bottles. There were genies, who arose from these smelly bottles of semi-raw alcohol. Of course, to me, the scent of these creatures was like the perfumes of Paris. I watched with glee their rise from pygmies to giants. The fuse was lit for the greatest explosion in criminal history.
Man, they don't write that like that anymore, man.
No, they don't. That's why these are so much fun.
Yeah, man. I like how there's actually words in this book.
Yeah. I knew hundreds of giants who rose from liquor bottles: Capone, Higgins, Diamond, Schultz, Cole. From these bottles one day in 1923, figures oozed out who, I am proud to say, weren't giants at all, but ogres. For years, these ogres roamed Chicago at will. Their glance turned men's hearts to stone. Their blows slew hundreds. They were my pride and joy, these Jenna brothers, and all because of liquor. But let's leave the realm of allegory. Let's get down to earth, to the slums of Chicago, then running with slime and filth, and to the Jenna brothers as they were in 1919, before the flood tide of prohibition carried them to the crest of gangdom.
Wow.
Get going for cat's sake. It's only for the cat. Get going for cat's sake. I can run faster than you. You're always bragging. Look at him leaning. That's great. Little guardrail in silhouette there. Bragging, huh? Where's your head? Start now. You're soft. Too much what? Too much who? Too much vino. That is
Vino.
Vino. That's what it is. Too much vino. Too much spaghetti. Too many dames. You'd drop dead if you had to run up a flight of stairs. Come on. Get the lead out of your feet. Slow down, will you, Mike? You shouldn't have to run anyway. We ought to have a car. Take it easy. There ain't a cop within a mile of us. How much did you get? 30 lousy bucks. And Tony said their till was loaded with cash. Tony dreams that stuff up. That's what. I don't know why we listen to the violet smelling baboon. To the violet smelling baboon. Oh,
weird.
There you are, Mr. Fix-It. Mark my words, Tony. One of these days, I'm going to bust every one of your lousy records on that thick head of yours. He says, shut up, bums. Can't you hear La Boheme on the phonograph? Caruso is singing Rudolfo.
Oh, that's funny.
These are great. So much fun.
Angelo, Tony, and Mike.
Yeah. So you cased the place, huh? You liar. You let us risk our necks for 30 lousy bucks while you sit on your fat sofa listening to these listen to those cows warble opera. Shut up, will ya? I can't hear a note. Caruso is singing. I heard cats sing better than that. The trouble is you guys have no finer sensibilities. Where is your culture? Wait, don't do that. I'm sick of hearing your lousy records. I'm breaking every last one of them. They make you dream up bum steers like the one you gave us tonight. He's dreaming up bum steers. There you go. A big crap game every Friday night, he says, behind the barber shop, $100 in cash waiting around to get picked up. Caruso himself couldn't have cased a lousier job. I don't understand it. I myself was in a game there last Friday night on the level. Over $300 floated around. Why don't you float yourself down Lake Michigan? Look at those. I wonder how close to the likenesses they are here.
Yeah, it's good to the names are right. The names are right. I wonder if I can find some pictures of them.
Is it Tusca that we're talking? I always get Tusca and Trempe mixed up. I think it's Tusca we're talking about here, right?
Oh,
Just amazing. doing this stuff. What's Tuska, right? Yeah, it's George Tuska.
They have a picture of Angelo, and he's wearing that scally cap.
Is he?
Yeah, so that could be like based on actual photos.
Yeah, maybe. Is that where we were? That's where we were. You got smart, brother. You graduated college.
Hey, $30 in 1919 is like $500 and something today.
Yeah. He's an architect. Let him set up a smelly little job and he turns out mud pies. What's all your education good for? A dummy from a booby hatch couldn't be worse than you with all your book learning. Tonight was a failure. Think nothing of it. I read something in the paper tonight which assures me that we're all on the brink of great prosperity.
This time next year.
Yeah, this time next year.
We'll be millionaires.
Congress just passed the Halstead Act. The country is in the grip of prohibition. Now, here's our chance to zoom to the top. Everybody will be screeching for liquor. They'll buy anything to get it. Oh, they'll pay anything to get it. The guys who sew up liquor in my town will be millionaires inside a year. Yeah, there you go, Russ.
Millionaires.
Exactly.
Millionaires.
Yep. We're cracked like them Caruso records. Oh, you're cracked like those Caruso records. Where do you get? Oh, he goes, where do you get the marijuanas? You're smoking. What are you smoking? You can still see that cut line here. That tear, that razor must have cut real deep. What's that they said about Columbus? All right, laugh. But one day you'll come running to me for advice. You'll crawl, you'll kiss my feet, and I won't even give you the right time. Speaking of time, Mike, let's get something to eat and find us a couple of gals. I'd like to do the town. What say? Anything's better than listening to that crackpot. So they're out running again. I could see right off Mike and Angelo, Jenna were long on brains. Oh, weren't long on brains. After all, who were they? A couple of cheap stick-up men who never got past the 4th grade. For almost a year, they dug themselves deeper into the rut of petty thievery. Everybody reach and keep your trap shut. The phony, all he had was $3. This running ain't for me. When are we gonna get an automobile? Are the cops still with us? Shut up and keep going. One day in the spring of 1920, Mike and Angelo were stuffing themselves at a loop spaghetti joint.
What the hell's that?
I have no idea.
Was that like SpaghettiOs?
Maybe.
They're stuffing themselves at a loop spaghetti joint. A familiar figure swaggered by, reeking of cologne. Look, Mike, that guy with the blonde. That's ain't that Smoots? Amatuma. Anyway, is that Smoots Amatuma? Sure, and he looks like he struck it rich. Hey, Smoots. Hey, Matuma. Come here. Angelo, Mike, excuse me, Flo. I want to say hello to a couple of guys I used to know in the good old days. Look at this guy's haircut. It's kind of modern. It's really trimmed tight. The little brush head. Almost like today's cuts, yeah. You old bums. Where have you been hiding out? Mike, you look like you've been digging ditches. No kidding, baby. Me, Mike, and Angelo used to pal around years ago. We pulled some pretty neat jobs. It's all right, boys. You can talk in front of Flo. Yeah, we raided freight cars and stuff like that. Good old days is right. What happened, Smoots? What are you doing to rate them fancy duds? He's rating fancy duds. It's a long story. Remember that 2-year stretch I got for that first stick up? Well, I met a guy named Barry in Stir.
Barry.
Barry. He was a guy with big ideas. Big ideas. Anyway, he told me if prohibition sweeps the country, we'll sweep in the shekels. And darned if he the shekels, yeah, darned if he wasn't 100% right. Well, look me over, and this bulge in my pocket ain't nothing but greenbacks. We just thought he was happy to see her. Anyway, I gotta hand it to you, Smoots. You sure must know all the angles. Tell me something, Smoots. How can we, Mike and me, break into this racket? You know we got what it takes. You're too late, Angelo. The town's been carved up long ago. One guy's got the north side sewn up, another's got the south side, another the east side. They got the big gangs, all of them, and trucks, plenty of trucks, and they ain't afraid of blasting. Forget it, boys. Stick to your second stories. You should have gotten in on it last year. Shovel that stuff someplace else. It ain't too late for anything we want, and it ain't too late for anything we want. And who says we're afraid of blasting? Sure you ain't, Mike, and don't I know it, but you're 2 guys against 20. What chance would you have of getting anything but a funeral? We Jennas don't like looking from the outside in. You know me, Angelo, I'm solid square behind you. You guys make it, you can count on me to give you a hand. Come on, Flo. We got a show to go to. We're late now. Say goodbye to the boys. Not goodbye, baby. Just so long. We're going to see lots more of each other, I hope. Uh-oh. He's fallen for the dame. I hate to admit it, but Brother Tony was right. Liquor is the racket. If half-wits like Smuts ride the gravy train, so can we. You said a mouthful, literally. Let's go see Tony. He'll know what to do. Hey,
Tony always knows what to do.
Tony always knows what to do. Mr. Jenna says he sees people only by appointment, and besides, he doesn't want anything to do with you. He said you should both drop dead. I'm only repeating what he told me to say. What? Why the out of our way, sister. Didn't the girl tell you to stay out of here? Get out. I'm busy. Can't you see I'm talking business with a client? Shut up. From now on, we're your only clients. Didn't I hear you say you had to catch a train? Why, no, yes. Shut up and listen. You were right about liquor. There's millions in it. You tell us how to cash in on the racket business or on the racket genius, and we'll cut you in. Not in a million years. I wouldn't get mixed up with you 2 gorillas for no money. And if you must know why, it's because you've got no brains, either of you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like you to get out and beat it. Amscray.
Scray.
Leave him to me, Angelo, as he puts on the brass knuckles there, down there in the corner. Uh-oh. Somebody's going to get a beating. Smack. At first, I thought you were only kidding. Now, we can all get serious. Hold it. I was only kidding. This is you get only the brass knucks, you lousy bum, because you're our brother. Anybody else would get a belly full of hot lead for talking to us like that. Well, it's nothing to kid about. Are you going to help us crash the booze racket, or do we crush your skull? So you are serious. I told you you'd be coming to me begging for advice someday. Let me up. Leave him alone, Mike. Tony, if you put that great mind to work, and if your ideas click, we'll buy you every Caruso record in Chicago. I know the first things we'll need is trucks and motorboats, and guys to drive them and dough to pay them with. Who's doing the thinking, you or me? We're not going to import liquor. That's doing it the hard way. How else are we going to get booze? Dream it into barrels? No, you dope. We'll cook it right here, right in our own backyard. Maybe it won't taste as good as Canadian stuff, but we'll sell it for half the price. The suckers don't care what they're drinking as long as it's a bargain. Sure, why not? Look at police headquarters. You got bats in the belfry. Where are we going to cook alcohol in Chicago, and who's going to cook it for us? Every slum family you can convince, they'll cook the stuff in their ovens, in their bathtubs. First, offer 'em money, then they turn it down. Well, we'll know how to sell them the idea. The long hair's got something, Mike. Okay, but what about a mob? We've only got 2 hands, remember? You said Smoots Amatumo was a friend of yours. He'll come into your mob, won't he? The rest is up to you. There's nothing that I can teach you about the rough stuff. Just use your brains and you'll get whatever you want. What good is brains without a little help from this? Says he's waving that gun around. You stick to your books. This is all we need. Mr. Crime says the Jenna brothers went into alcohol with a vengeance. They forced hundreds of slum dwellers to cook sugarcane alcohol in West Side tenements using a process invented by Tony, the gentleman. It did my heart good to see how Mike and Angelo went about persuading the doubtful ones. Yes or no, he says. All she got for saying no was a broken arm, and next time it'll be her neck. Anybody else want to say no? Okay, then. You get paid every Saturday, $5 a barrel. In a year, the Jenna Stills were producing thousands of gallons of raw alcohol, which were out, flavored, colored, and sold as brandy, whiskey, or whatever the customers desired in the way of rot gut. Hoofy, do you guys drink this stuff? It tastes like sewer water. What's the difference? As long as they keep paying us $5 a gallon. Sewer water.
You're paying $5 a barrel, and they're selling it for $5 a gallon.
That's right. 2 barrels,
give them like $100.
Yeah, 2 barrels, give him his $10. Only $10. It's like working for nothing. Okay, then take nothing. My husband was only joking. He'll take the $10. $10. No, lady, he'll take a slap in the kisser for being a wise guy. Talk nice next time, bum, or you'll have no mouth to talk with. No whiskey this week. Our still broke down. That's the 3rd time your still's broken. We're getting tired of your excuses. Get some rope, Mike. Tie the old witch to the bedpost. No, she's just an old woman. You can join her, baby. You're as responsible as she is. Here, use this frying pan, Smuts. Go to work on them. Oh, man, you can stop. They got enough. Now, listen, you're doubling your corn allotment. You and your flea-bitten mother are going to work day and night to make up the quota you skipped. Half of this side neighborhood works for us. I feel like a king or something. Yeah, maybe. But if looks could kill, we'd have 100 knives in our backs right now. No, the neighborhood doesn't approve. Look at that terrible print job and how bad the blue screen is off.
Yep.
On that. Crazy. Here, Kirby, taste this stuff. They say our scotch is getting so good, they're importing it into Canada. I don't care how good it is, Angelo. It's no use. I can't afford to buy your stuff, even at half the price Boyle charges. If I did, I might just as well order my coffin now. I'm through being nice to you, Kirby. I'm fed up with you. You'll buy our stuff or you'll buy that coffin sooner than you think. Be fair, Mike. Jim Boyle has rubbed out every speaky owner who two-timed him. What good'll it be to you if he kills me the day after I give you an order? Do as we say and just leave Boyle to us. You're not the only speaky that's ditching Boyle. We made 50 creep joints like yours see things our way. Put Marty Kirby down for 20 barrels, Mike. What, 20 barrels? I can't use that much. Pour it down the sink or drown in it for all I care. 20 barrels is your order. Don't argue. Don't argue, Kirby, or I'll cut your tongue out. He's going to lose his tongue. Jenna Liquor made its way into every district of town. The effective selling technique, my boys removed every obstacle but one. That was Jim Boyle, a rough, tough liquor merchant. He was in on the prohibition bonanza from the start. You're not the only one who's getting the ease out, Jim. Every bootlegger in Chicago is feeling the pressure. Them Jenna boys are gaining momentum as they go along. Not against me, they ain't. Get the boys. I'm going to teach them speaky owners a lesson. They're all speaky owners.
No.
You put on your hat and coat, Kirby. You're coming for a ride. A ride, but where to? I couldn't help it, Jim. They would have killed me if I didn't give them an order. Pleaded with them. I told them you'd get sore, but arg! You didn't plead hard enough, Kirby. Get a blanket, Vic. We're gonna lug this sample corpse with us. Take a look and see what's in that blanket, Julie. Now, what would you say we asked you to change your brand of beer and booze? It's Kirby, gulp. It could be you too, Julie, if you're dumb enough to buy any more stuff from the Jenna brothers. Boyle's men carried Kirby's stiff corpse all over town. It made quite an impression on the speakeasy owners. How many barrels shall I put you down for, Frank? Anything you say, Jim. Sure, I'm scared, but how scared could a guy get? What'll I do if Jenna comes back for another order? He won't come back. Now that we got all you lousy pint peddlers back in line, we're going after the Jennas. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Uh-oh. See them trucks, Jim? It's collecting day for the Jennas. I never thought we'd get a chance like this. I think we're going to hit the jackpot. Don't look at them. They might recognize you. Tilt the mirror and watch them. The second they start rolling out the barrels, let them have it. But take one guy alive. We want the addresses of every bathtub they're milking. All set. Here they come now. It says, thus, that April spring morning civil war in Chicago's gangland was declared. I must give Boyle credit. He took my boys completely by surprise. As luck would have it, neither Mike nor Angelo nor Tony was present that bloody morning. Oh, look at that, just shooting them up. Drop it.
Pew, pew.
Yeah, pew-pews. Drop it and get in the car. Oh, my gosh, Boyle.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, Boyle. Nothing on him, Jim. Not a scrap of paper. He must have all the addresses in his head. You don't look that smart. Now, let's see if you can remember every Jenna still on the west side. Get that gray matter working, punk. Oh. Yeah, sure, I remember. Now that I told you everything, can I go? Why not? You gave us the addresses of every Jenna cookery. Why should we keep you? I can't think of a reason. Can you, Vic? Not a one, Jim. There's the door, Mug. Help yourself. Think he's going to get out alive? I had you guys wrong. I had an idea you wouldn't let me go. Oi! Dumped that stiff on Jenna's doorstep. Dropped it there with a note. And rang the doorbell, too. Look at that.
That's very nice.
Yeah. See, that's showing, not saying there in the. Yeah. Ow. Wow, it's Lippy. And look, there's a note pinned to his chest. Look out. Get back inside. It's a drive-by. It's a drive-by. They're gone now. What does that note say? Jim Boyle owes us 48 hours. Oh, gives us 48 hours to clear out of Chicago, or he says we'll be pushing daisies. The nerve of that guy. 48 hours, eh? Enough time to kill 48 boys like Boyle. Smuts, how long will it take you to line up 20 sharpshooters? By tonight, if you got the right kind of bait, about 2 G's ahead, I'd say. Open up the safe, Tony, and shell out. There'll be more where that came from when we bust a Boyle. 50 grand in cash, Smuts. That ought to buy an army. Don't worry, Mike. I can even buy up Boyle's bodyguards with this kind of dough. I'll meet you at Sadie's. They're all meeting at Sadie's. Meanwhile, as Smutsatuma Amatuma scoured the underworld for recruits, Boyle's goon squads went through the West Side cookeries. Carrie Nation wouldn't have done a more thorough wrecking job. For a while, I felt I'd taken for a while, I thought I'd taken the wrong boys under my wings. They look at this way up out of the way. They must love the Jennas like a cow loves the hangman. Oh, like a con loves the hangman. I read that wrong. Look at that. That's kind of an odd looking end there. Like a con loves the hangman. Look at him help us wreck the stills. Mr. Jenna, this is Frank Gulo. Hey, they just left my house. They broke everything. Now they're going next door. I'm calling you so you don't think I broke the still myself.
Even though
Okay, Frank, we know all about it. Mr. Boyle is riding high tonight, but only for tonight. Thanks for calling, Frank. I'm expecting special company tonight, Sadie. Any calls? I know, Angelo. They're back in the back room waiting for you. Smuts must have robbed the Chamber of Horrors. Reading from left to right. John Scalise, Albert Angelmi, Joe Nerone, better known as the Cavalier, Ben, Juanita, Ken
Gwinta.
Thompson, Wika?
Like Gwinta, like with G.
Gwinta. Okay, Gwinta. Sometimes that G, though, turns into a J.
Oh, yeah.
Hold it, Smuts. We have plenty of time to get acquainted later. Right now, we need every second if we're going to get that Boyle mob. Tony will tell you mugs what to do. First of all, I want you men to fully understand what we're out to do. Boyle had his chance, but he was a fool. He didn't know the Jennas, but he will when it's too late. From now on, the name Jenna will stand for terror. We'll kill and kill and kill until nobody will dare stand up against us, and the Elkie racket falls into our lap to the last drop, just like Maxwell House coffee. Boyle and his mob gets rubbed out from top to bottom. They're our main opposition. We'll send them a warning note so they'll go crazy wondering how or where we'll get them. Suppose they skip town. We'll slaughter their families. We'll say, come back, or they'll get wiped out from 8 to 80. They'll be running back. Wow, they're going to threaten their families. The next morning, the Jennas began the campaign of terror, which catapulted them to the top of the heap. Boyle's gun carriers were shot down in their homes. Jack, arg, in the streets. We wouldn't want you birds to die on an empty stomach. Pick your teeth with these slugs, fatty. At parties, pool rooms, dances, even Lover's Lane wasn't immune. In fact, that's where they found Jim Boyle. What are you guys blushing for, Boyle? You ain't embarrassed because we caught you kissing a girl? But his pal Vicky Forehand is pale. Maybe he's anemic. Vicky anemic? No, he ain't. Look, I'll prove it. Shoots him. You was right, Angelo, but it don't matter no more to him or his girlfriend either. Wouldn't you guys say that Boyle deserves something better than a ordinary rub-out? Any palooka can be blasted with bullets. A big brain like Boyle should lick the dust in style. He will. We'll bury him alive. Get out those shovels. In the back of my car, Smoots. He's all excited. Get busy, boys, and make it big enough for 4. You gotta believe me, fellers, that note I sent, it was a gag. The proof is I didn't go after you, Angelo. I could have, but I didn't. Doesn't that deserve something? Sure. The big horse laugh. You were my prize sucker in person. Well, that's 2 down in the hole. And 2 to go. Who's next? His Jane. Let's save Boyle's for the dessert. I didn't do anything. Jim, they're going to kill me. What's all the screaming about, honey? It only hurts for a second. Aye. See what happens when a gal keeps bad company. She should have known a lug like Boyle was going no place in a hurry. That's your turn, Boyle. In you go. No, wait. Fill her up, boys. No, please don't bury me alive. Please. Ain't it funny how some guys can dish it out that they can't take it? Please, give me a break. I'll work with you. I'll be your slave, but don't kill me. What are you crying about? You're a big potato, Boyle. You should be at home down there. It's a big
potato.
He's a big potato.
He's a big potato.
I told you they didn't dig deep enough. His hand is still showing. Shove it under and stick a rock over it. What'll we do with the car, Mike? There's blood stains on the back seat. Let's pour gas over the crate and set fire to it. That's the end of Boyle, and only 48 hours after he ordered us to get out of town. Ha ha. But it's not the end of men like you, Jenna. There are more gangs ahead, more killings, and the law is getting closer to you all the time. All the earmarks of a gangster rub out. Tommy slugs on the road, no bodies, and a burned car. We just checked the plates. They belong to Jim Boyle. He's dead. Who takes over his gang or whatever's left of it now? Sam Drucy and Batty Morgan, I guess.
Batty Morgan.
Batty Morgan.
Batty Morgan.
You know the Jenna boys pulled this rub out, Drucy. Why don't you help us nail him? Don't you want revenge for Boyle and Forum? Sure, but our way. You're wasting your breath, coppers. We wouldn't give you the right time. But you're all going to wish you had. More singing there. Gally, cursey my eye. Say it's Tetrazzini. Nobody could reach that high a note except Tetrazzini. Even an ignoramus would know that. You're nuts, Nerone. Even an organ grinder's monkey knows more opera than you do, you idiot. A worm would recognize the voice of the great Galacerci, something like that. I'll slit his throat. Nobody calls me an idiot. Let me at him. Hey, Angelo, help. He's got a knife. You heard me, Nerone. Put that knife down. Suddenly he's got a gun. Oh, look at the print on that purple shirt. Purple with black polka dots. Great. Now shut up and stop arguing about your lousy opera before I kill both of you. I don't care if he is my boss. He can't call me no idiot. You've just heard the aria Cia la Notte, Placida, from Verdi's Travolti, sung by the noted soprano Marcella Sambrici. So you both know your music. It turns out that it was Sambrici. Listen to me, both of you. If I hear another thing about opera, so help me, I'll murder you both. Now shut up. What were you saying all about rubbing garlic on bullets? It's something me and Johnny read about. If the slugs don't kill the guy, then the garlic on the bullets gives him blood poisoning. That means even if it just nicks you, you croak or go nuts with pain. Oh, these guys are fantastic. My boys lost no time trying out the garlic, brainchild of John Scalisi and Albert Angelm. The Logan mob on the north side was becoming a nuisance too. Don't kill them all. I want to see what Al's garlic can do. Arg. They're like beasts, these mobsters. They weren't content with plain bullets. That would be too humane. Now they rub their bullets with garlic. Listen to the poor devil. Kill me. Don't let me suffer like this. Look at this guy. He's really hurting here. He's crying. Oh, look at those two doctors. You can tell they're doctors because they got doctor coats on. Where's their stethoscopes, though? That's what I want to know. The Logan mob caught it hard. Two-gun Maddie down with blood poisoning, and there others in the meat locker at the morgue. All the tags on their big toes. All of us will be duck soup for the Jennas if we don't get together, and that goes for all the mobs. Give the gangs time. They'll catch up to those three musketeers, but it'll take time. And it's reading 3 slain in gang war on the paper. Look at that. Funny. For 2 years, the Jenna boys reigned supreme. No mob could compete with them. Territorial claims were ignored. Trucks were hijacked. Breweries and distilleries were robbed as Chicago's streets echoed with their guns. The speakeasy owners had no trouble making up their minds about whom to buy liquor from. But they're sending them down with cement shoes here. Shooting them up with Tommy guns. Guess who blew into town tonight? Sam Drucy and Batty Morgan. I just saw them together with Monty Rayner, Dice Farlow, and 5 other guys. I don't like the looks of it, Mike. They got something cooking. Don't be silly. Them guys just got together to cry on each other's shoulders. Sit down and forget about it, Smuts. Enjoy the floor show. Here's a floor show. Chicago's big enough for 50 gangs. If each guy stays in their own backyard, but them Jennas ain't the whole, want the whole works. And we've given it to them on a silver platter. Ain't we ever gonna get back together and fight back? I don't know, Drucy. I came to this meeting out of curiosity. I don't believe we're strong enough to buck them. You don't, eh? Supposing me and Bat bumped off Angelo Jenna just like that. Would that make you think we had a chance? It sure would, but I'll believe it when I read his obituary, Drucy. I'm telling you, Angelo, something's funny going on. Too many thugs are smiling for no reason, like they know some big secret. You're crazy. There ain't one mob that ain't scared to even think about starting something with us. Sure, that's going to work out well. Man, the guy whoever scanned these did a great job keeping them off center. Hot dog, we'll get the big cheese. I saw Angelo go in with Smuts Amatuma. They've got to come out sometime. What's the matter? Don't you like the idea? I don't know. The whole idea of bumping Angelo off with half of Chicago in our audience makes me jumpy. What if we hit somebody else coming out of the hotel? That's their hard luck. Angelo had the stupid notion that nothing could happen to him. He found out differently on that fateful morning of May 26th, 1925. Please, Angie, use your head. Have I ever steered you wrong? Let's take a cab. The mobs might be gunning for you now. What? With all Chicago looking on? Ha! You make me laugh, Smuts. So shut up. I'm walking. There he is. Let the skunk have it. You asked for it, you sap. You practically invited the Undertaker. Look out, Angelo. There are no pew-pews in this. No sound effects. Angelo Jenna's shot. You're right, Drew C. The Jennas can be gotten to. We're with you all the way, but we'll have to move fast. Let's wipe them out before they get a chance to hole up. They'll croak 100 times for what they did to you, Angelo. They're trembling in their boots right now. They know what's coming. I never seen Mike so mad. Me neither. I pity that Drusy mob. Not knowing whom he was mad at, Mike shot up all enemy hangouts. For 2 weeks, he got some small fry, but he was still fuming with rage. Drive past again, Joe. I don't think I got any of them. Okay, Mike.
That guy in the lower left corner looks a little bit like Ed Asner.
He does. What happened on June 13th, 1925 even took me by surprise. Mike and Joe were raiding a Drusy garage. They opened fire on everybody in sight. Joe, turn her around. Let me get a shot at the windows. Hey, Mike, look, there's a crate driving out. Let's go after him. Mike's car caught up with the other, and guess who was in it? Nobody but Drusy. But a cop's car came along just as Mike was letting Drusy have it. Blow their heads off, Mike. I did. Now step on it, Joe. A cop's car is behind us. I'll pull up near the outside car, Sergeant. Have your gun ready. What are you waiting for, Batty? Get out of here before them bulls get a bead on us. Batty, are you deaf? Oh, he's dead. Hey, Pete, come up here and take the wheel. Dead. I'm hurt bad. They're not going to make it. There we are. One muck I got a peep at looked like Mike Jenna. Draw up alongside. We want him dead, no matter what. Them bulls are coming up on our side, Joe, on our right, Joe. Cut them off and stop. I got him good, Mike. Are you okay? Look out. They're mounting the sidewalk. Arg. Oh, I'm hit. Can't mount the sidewalk. Oh, look at this guy crashing into that building. Okay. Deadline, anyone? Mike's dead too. I'll get picked up if I don't hide this shot up hearse. Tony lives around the corner. He's got a garage. He's my one chance. Hey, are you crazy? Get that car and those stiffs out of here. But he's your own brother. I'm not driving anywhere but into your garage. I'm not frying for those cops your brother Mike killed. Give me those garage keys, Tony, or I'll blow your heart out. Get me out of here, you punk. Who do you think you were talking? All right, you begged for it. Hey, Tony, Joe, what's going on? It's like I said, I asked the bum for the garage keys, but he wouldn't give them to me. He got tough and heaved a fist at me, so I let him have it. He was always looking for trouble, the stuck-up guy, I should say. Tony was right not letting you ditch that carload of corpses here. You've got some nerve bringing them here. Now get out of here, Joe, and take them with you. Look at that. He's going to shoot him. Yeah, who's going to make me? This little convincer. That's who.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, there is a bang there. That's the first bang of the strip.
That's it. It's all over. They all killed each other.
And there's only one payoff for a bum who his buddies. That violent day in June 13th, 1925 marked the end of More Than Mike and Tony, Jenna. It registered the end of big gangs. Drusi recovered from Mike's bullets only to check out a few days later. Smoots Amatuma was shot to death in a barber chair a week later. Even the opposition collapsed. Arrested for Amatuma's death, Sam Drusi tried to escape from the police. Finis Sam Drusi. A year later, John Scalisi, Al Angelme, and Ben was it Ganita were taken for a ride by mobsters who were pushing up daisies, but that's another story. And who are pushing up daisies, but that's another story. When you get right down to it, they were all small potatoes. It's the Jenner brothers I'll miss. They were the stuff while they lasted. I wonder what the jinx is that fouls up all of my pupils. The jinx that destroys all criminals is crime does not pay.
Nice. And wrap that up with a nice little bow.
Yeah. On a tombstone. Yeah. On the Level by C.H. Moore. Whoops. It's like a true crime, Ripley's Believe It or Not type thing. The state prison in Waupun, Wisconsin, had to use convicts to guard the prison's vegetable garden. The public was stealing vegetables along the road. It's funny.
Dang.
Safest place for your money is in the bank. A mechanic in Indiana made a special lock for his pants pocket to protect his wallet from pickpockets. 3 days later, he was held up and the robber took his pants. An English lawyer, Sir Thomas Davenport, was found technically guilty of the murder of a little boy by talking him to death. Davenport was making a long, boring speech, which caused a boy sitting in the windowsill to fall asleep and plunge to his death in the courtyard below.
Technically guilty, which, as we all know, is the best kind of guilty.
Yeah. The lawyer was made indirectly responsible and heavily fined.
Wow.
Fined. He was fined. You caused the death of this small boy. Now we're going to fine you.
Yeah. Heavily.
Several groats.
2 goats, 5 chickens. Anyway. Warning, beware of imitators. Uh-oh. Lev Gleason's publications have always been leaders in their field. Crime Does Not Pay has for years been the leading magazine in comics. Crime and Punishment has found millions of new friends. Boy Comics and Daredevil Comics are among the most popular in America today, and our new true Western Desperado is sweeping the country. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. Every time we bring out a new idea, imitators swarm around the newsstands like bees around honeysuckle. Some of these imitations are fair, but we warn our readers against the flood of cheap and shoddy magazines which are trying to latch on to the enormous popularity of our 5 publications. Don't get stuck with a poor imitation of one of our comics. Put your friends wise to the fact that every genuine Lev Gleason publication carries these words right across the front cover. Lev Gleason publisher, Charles Burrow and Bob Wood editors. Look at that. They're walking the fence.
That's the old original, like yellow and black Daredevil with the boomerangs.
Yeah, it is. Yep. And the little wise guys. Leads all of these imitators falling, jumping off bridges. Brooklyn. It's the Brooklyn Bridge too. It says so right there. Right there.
Just in case you didn't know.
Yeah. Police. Don't confuse Crime Does Not Pay with any other magazine. Anyway, we don't see how you could. What a great ad. We did something like that with Arrow back for the Comics Buyer's Guide, where we listed the adventurers, the dungeoneers, and the crypt, and we thanked them for their great imitation of the realm. Imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. We thank you. It kind of pissed off a few people, but it was a good ad. Got some attention. Let's see where we're at here. We're an hour and 10 in. The chat's open, folks. We're wide open this morning. So voice it out in the chat if you can.
So we're done, yeah?
We can be done. You want to be done?
Yeah.
The Ferocious Brady Gang.
Oh,
I was looking
is this
at
another one?
Unless you want to read the Brady Gang. Yeah, that first one is only like 13
Yeah,
pages.
no, I'm good with just one.
We're good
That's
with
a nice
one.
bit of art. I like that.
Isn't it?
I
like
just
to look
am
at that.
amazed how they fit so much
that
into
bullet
like
hole.
those small panels.
Oh yeah, isn't that crazy? There's so much dialogue in these. Just
Although they
crazy.
would have been
And art.
Yeah, I mean, art-wise, they'd have been doing this 2 up, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Everybody drew it 2 up back then. Didn't they?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. How ruthless can a criminal get? The story of the gang will show you. We'll glide through this real quick. We won't read it. We'll just look at the art.
So you think those panels like that, would they be like around like an 8.5 by 11 type size when they were drawing them?
Oh no, these were probably I would say about 18 by 30. The pages.
Oh yeah. Oh, the whole pages.
Yeah.
Oh, really big. Okay.
Where the
really
originals
big.
are, the modern originals are 10 by 15. That's 1.5 up.
Yeah.
It would be
Okay.
double up.
So it'd be, yeah. Those pages look like the old same size as an old tabloid newspaper. Pretty big.
Okay. All right.
But that explains, why they got all the details, especially George Tuska says that his stories are just amazing in Crime Does Not Pay. And he did Hulk for years, and his work doesn't look anything like this work. His work on the Hulk. I mean, it's nice and it's dynamic, but not nearly as detailed as what we get here. Because look at all this. This isn't. I don't think this is Tuska, but it's somebody just as
I
good.
do like in a lot of these panels where like it could be just basically talking heads. It's anything but. It's a lot of motion, a lot of dynamic activity going on with those heads.
Yeah, there is. Yep, a lot of movement. Not just very, very few talking heads to one another. Everything's all static and moving, natural looking, or as natural as possible. Really like the way this artist does these bullet holes. We should see who did that. Tuska.
Claude Moore.
Moore. Nope, that was that one pager.
Oh, that's C.H. Moore. Yep, that's right.
7 pages. Ferocious Brady Gang. There is no mention of who did the art or anything, anybody's work on the story, but it looks really nice. Look at that face. It's a bunch of faces. Nice work.
I guess it's like as you're reading the original story there, I was picturing like 40s and 50s actors, like gangster movie guys doing the voices.
Yeah. Glenn says we should do dramatic readings.
Catch me, Gabba.
On a regular, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. We should do dramatic readings on some of these. And look at that. The car crashing through those doors. You see that, Russ?
That's great.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Isn't
Yeah.
it? This guy's off to the side.
That's good.
Squash them like bed bugs, Al. Look at them scatter. This is better than bowling.
Bed bugs.
What a great angle. Look at that worm's eye view shot, too. Just great. Whoever did this is really... Both of these panels are great. So
Yeah,
like
the
we're
car's
looking at it
done
from
really
the
well.
ground. Yeah, that's really nice work.
What's this site?
This is comicbookplus.com.
Plus.
Yep, they do take donations. And they have every book that they have or can get into their possession and scan that's in public domain. They have on display here, and there's
Okay.
thousands,
I'll throw that. If you don't
thousands
mind,
of
I'll throw
books
that
here, and
link into the chat.
the site's been around for a long time. Look at that Tommy gun there. Guy talking out the side of his
It won't
mouth.
let me.
How do you like that, copper? Keep feeding them, Schaefer. Keep feeding. Yeah, they come. Let them have it. Great stuff. Oh, look at that. It's a rain. Bullets.
Oh, he's got a Tommy gun right there.
Yeah.
The top one though is like a look like a belt fed type of Gatling gun type thing.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that's an old
That one
style
right there,
Gatling
yeah.
gun. Yeah, canister. Yeah, Glenn would know what kind of gun that was. We can call off our manhunt. We got them all. This is Al Brady, and the other one's Schaefer. And Jimmy Delhoover will fry for his part. Well, they wanted a private war, and they got it. Crime does not pay. You'll die laughing.
Bonking on the head there, that kid. That's funny.
Yeah.
Don't die laughing.
We changed our mind, lady. We don't want no ransom. Come and get him right now, and we'll pay you.
How many total pages is this thing?
It is 54, so it's probably a 52-page book because they
Nice.
doubled a couple of them.
Yeah, that's
Dick
nice.
Richards. It's Dick.
Dick.
The two-legged rat, if there ever was one. Look at that. Look at that verbiage.
That's a London copper, though.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Get up, sport. Don't die on me. Please don't die. Oh, he's dead. He killed my dog. The sport must have been his name. I saw you hit poor Tommy's dog with that rock. Just wait till I lay me hands on you. Yeah, brass buttons can't catch a nanny goat. They caught him. He had a life of crime, you can tell.
No, I got you, Dickie, my lad.
There, Mr. Crime says Dick Richards, born 1856, hanged 1879.
The ripe old age of 23.
They done hung him. Oh, he's getting whipped with a belt. Look at that. This just didn't tough. If this doesn't toughen you up, nothing will, you little brat. Are you going to behave yourself, or do I have to take the skin off your back? Stop. I'll be good. That's all whippings do. Let's turn you into criminals. Kind of a style to his stuff here. Look at that. That face looks off. That head's way too small. Anyway.
And it's right at the bottom of the panel as well, which is quite
too.
weird looking.
Yeah. That's a hell of a mop he's got there. Looks more like a feather duster.
What?
Anyway. Wow. Look at that verbiage.
Bring back the top hat better.
That's a hell of an exposition. Get 4 fast horses and we'll meet tomorrow at midnight. Okay. Oh, look at that. Crash. It's like he cut his hand off. It's not what it is, but that's anyway. Well, what in tarnation was that? Why, it's Richards. What is the meaning of this? What are you doing in my bedroom? Answer me. So you recognize me, do you? I came for your gold, you dirty old miser. And I'm leaving. I'm leaving you something that'll shut you up for good.
Your mother-in-law. Oh, you know,
Wow.
sorry.
Hey, exactly. Too bad you're such a light sleeper, ma'am. Had to do her in too. I won't bother with the stairs. I'll duck out this way. It'll be quicker.
I just thought it was funny. He's leaving him something that'll shut him up, but the next panel's the woman, you know? It's your
Yeah.
mother-in-law. Surprise.
Oh, look at that. The backup stories in this are always older crime tales. That's why everybody's dressed funny here. Whoop. Keep jumping. That's all right, though. Just looking at the art. Some great stuff here.
It's almost
Almost what?
you know, it looks a little bit Nick Fury.
Like a Dick Ayers or
No, Nick Fury,
Nick Fury?
artist.
Kirby or Stranko?
Steranko. Looks a little bit Steranko-ish.
Yeah.
Weird looking, especially that dog.
Okay. Yeah, I could see it. Kind of in the inking, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they hanged him.
Well, he deserved it.
What's that? Minden, April 26th, 1879. The end of the trail for Richards, the Nebraska fiend. At the age of 23, another proof that crime does not pay.
Apparently,
Big
in
shot.
1848, there was a dude named Richard Richards that was for housebreaking and stealing.
Dick.
Dick Richards.
Dick Richards. Yep. Get a bunch of gangland books for $1. Big Shot Gangsters. You'll buy that for $1. Bargain all 5 books. Crazy Dan Zarella and his stupid stooge Vincent Ferd. They killed a pal for money and paid for it with their necks. Couple pages of text pages to
Pros,
satisfy
yeah.
their mailing options. Yeah. What's on your mind? Letters page.
Nice.
An ad for a leather belt and billfold. Only $2.98.
Bargain.
Embossed rawhide belt, cowhide belt. Yep. Boggin. Who done it? We won't get into this one. This one has the solution upside down in it. We've read these before. Looks like the same guy who did the previous story we were looking at. Oh, what's that? Fred Gardner, right there on the
There you
tire.
go. We got a name.
If I'm not mistaken, Fred did a lot of comics during this period, not just for Lev Gleason. They did keep to almost like a house style, though, didn't they? Look at that. What it looks like. Not really a style as much as the level of detail on this is exceptional. Probably paid really well because they were selling so much. Oh, wrench to the head. Who's there? Gasp. Aye.
Bonk.
Just hard enough to stun her. More than that would ruin my plans. It's not even a bonk. Could be a kabong. Up. She'll need her sweater outside. Not that she'll feel the cold, but it wouldn't do for her to be without the cursed sweater if she's to look as if she was struck down while taking a little stroll. Is he going to run her over?
Set her in
Just
the
to
room.
make sure.
I'll turn the key, turn on the starter, and goodbye, Mrs. Higgins. I think 2 or 3 times should be enough. Well, here goes. That's what he says. I think 2 or 3 times should be enough. Here goes. Twice was enough. Now she's dead.
Dead.
Dead. And she'll never bother anybody again, particularly me. Once I get her to the highway and leave her lying on the road like a hit and run victim.
That's crazy.
Wow. The cops come by. Yeah, she's dead. Looks like she's been run over 2 or 3 times. Somebody put a sweater on her. She'd never put it on herself inside out. Also, if you observe closely, you'll notice that there wasn't even a trace of skid marks or a bit of blood on the road. You're right, Inspector Dolan. She still has tire tracks across her chest. Anyway. More exposition. Look at that. Man, they get long-winded on these great books. Oh, somebody's taking out the butler.
Well, we know it couldn't be the butler who did it this time.
No.
He gets shot while he's cleaning his gun.
Yeah. Made it look like he killed himself. All set up, poor fool, pen in one hand, gun in the silencer in the other, and a suicide note neatly forged on the desk before you. The inspector will find his work all done for him tomorrow morning.
Notice it only shows the gloves come in the picture. Like,
yeah. Now who done it? You're going to read it upside down. Frank Exeter. The murderer of all these people. Don't go for that gun, Frank, or you won't live to hear the explanation. He did it. He did it all. That Frank. Oh, there it is. They were nice enough to turn this part upside or backside right. As Hubert's name appeared on Mrs. Higgins' will as a witness, only Exeter, with whom the will was filed, could study Hubert's handwriting well enough to attempt the forgery of a suicide note. But Exeter lynched his doom in another way. He moved the bullet-punctured picture behind Hubert to the side wall. Only the killer would notice that if the bullet had struck the picture behind Hubert, he would not possibly have shot himself while sitting at the desk. Exeter's action in changing the pictures on the wall while he was left alone with the corpse gave him away completely. There we are. Yep. Presto electric water heater for only $4.98, folks. And your savings mount up like magic because you make money with your own jukebox bank. It's wise to be thrifty. Only $1.98. There it is. It's got a little slot. Put the quarter in. Friends and relatives will help you save just to see how it works. Oh, you can get some Broadway fashions for $6, $7, $8. There we go.
You could buy some clothing for $7 or $8.
Yeah, and a leather wallet for $1.98. Great old ads.
When was this, like the 50s, right? This
40s.
40s,
late,
yeah.
Late 40s, 48. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. It's like $2 is like some like $35 or something now.
Yeah.
48.
About like that, yeah. That's Crime Does Not Pay, number 66, folks.
Nice.
Woohoo. Hope you enjoyed it. Next week we'll have another comic or something to look at.
I had to look up what a spaghetti loop joint was.
loop spaghetti joint. I thought I would imagine joint. It's like SpaghettiOs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just another name for like a cheap Italian restaurant, or there's actually a name for like a junction where two roads meet or something like that they call a loop spaghetti joint. I'm guessing that might be like a roundabout, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, the chat's working, but nobody was there. So Sorry to see that. Our numbers this morning were pretty positive.
Nice.
Okay.
That was Crime Does Not Pay, number 66, folks. We hope you enjoyed it. Happy to bring it to you. That main story is always fun to read. Always. We do this twice a week, folks. We do it Friday mornings at 5 a.m. Eastern Time for Comics by Night. And we do it again Sunday morning for Sunday Funnies at 9 a.m. Both shows, we look at great old comics, great sequential art from all around the world. We're open to suggestions. If there's something that you'd like for us to look at, let us know. We'll take it under consideration. We have been doing this for a couple of years, so we've got quite a large archive. So make sure you check those out. We are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. So go over there and take a look. Appreciate you doing that. We know the majority of our viewership's after the fact because who wants to get up at 5 in the morning? Unless you haven't been to bed yet. Well, we appreciate it. Whenever you watch us, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, hit the whatever you can on whatever platform you're at, the like button, the love button, whatever you got to do. Please, any kind of interaction with this program just goes to help our algorithm get out there, even if you have to thumbs down us. It still helps us get out under more eyes. We do deeply appreciate that. So please do it. All right, I think that's it. Until next time, Brian, please tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me on Facebook all the time because I'm on there constantly posting terrible stuff, and mostly you can find me these days on Twitch at Action Surge 5E. We run the D&D live plays, and then we run a lot of. We've been trying to run 24/7 now. We're trying to, anyways. We're getting there. And we're just running like video games or D&D stuff.
When do you sleep?
Well, when I run the thing 24/7, it's stuff that I've already pre-recorded.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
makes sense. Russ, please tell folks how they can find you.
You can get me at russleach.com, sign up for the email list, go over to fundmycomic.com and check out the Atlantean 4.
Yeah. And please do, folks. Fundmycomic.com. Go over there and take a look. Let's see where we're at. As of now,
it's 150. We're at.
It's 150. It's still there.
Yeah.
Just gonna share that. Boom. There we are, folks. 150. The Atlantean 4. $22 hours to go, folks. Probably less than that now. Let's see where we're at. 20 hours to go, folks. So you can get the issue 4. You can pick up a couple of issues or get 1 through 4 and save $10 for only $50. 1 through 4 of the Atlantean. You can get double copies of each. Or we have this great catch-up tier for only $55. You can get the collection book that has the Shadow Kingdom and the first 2 Atlanteans, as well as Atlantean 3 and 4 there for $55. Look at that artwork. Great gray tones, folks. Beautiful black and white. Love that Lethal page. Just great stuff, folks. Can't recommend it to you enough. Really proud of this work. Really happy with the stories. For $45. Pardon?
Right. I love that angle on the horse scene up there where she's riding the horse into camera.
It's great. $45, you get a comic book plus signed print. For $95, you get a sketch. You can't get the cover. That's gone. You can get original pages from inside the book, though, for only $200. And for $80, you get the hardback Shadow Kingdom as well as all 4 Atlanteans for only $80. And that hardback is worth $40 alone. So Each one of the paperbacks are 15 a piece, so you're really saving a lot there. $25. Get in on it. And that hardback is a great volume, by the way. Really proud of that. Proud of the way it was printed. Just really happy with it in general. That's Atlantean number 4, folks. Only 20 hours left to go. And we'll look at that trailer as we go out the door. Oh, I guess Russ already stepped out. All right. Folks, take care of yourself. We'll see you on the next one. We'll see you soon. Brian, thanks so much for stopping by. Russ, thanks.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see everybody else soon.
All right.
Take good care, everybody.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with theory.
Yes. Russ had to step out. So
Do we get the biscuit?
we want the biscuit. I thought we need to play this first.
In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King Kull in his right hand ruled the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is the Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle.
Look what I found. It's a marijuana.
Honey, that's a skunk.
Then why does it smell like you?
Honey, stay right.
Do you draw the Flintstones naked? There's a market for that.
Type of holes people prefer. Donut holes or Hardy's new biscuit holes?
B-hole.
Yeah.
The B-hole has it over the A-hole for sure.
Why? What do you like about it?
The a-hole seems kind of small.
It's great.
I just don't like the A-holes.
B-holes are tasty and flavorful.
The A-hole is nasty.
A-hole tastes funny. I guess I'm just kind of a B-hole kind of guy.
Introducing biscuit holes with icing. The best kind of holes money can buy. New at Hardee's.
Now you know where to.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is Pikachu. Oh no, baby, did you fall and scrape your knee? Come over here so I can get a Pikachu.
The reason I'm still alive is because I wear an invisible helmet. You can't see it, but it's always there.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.